YouTube, what's up guys? It's Big Town Trucker here. I'm making a video tonight about what to expect when you're going into CDL school, deciding on what company you want to work for, orientation, and getting on your trainer's truck. So let's go, because this is going to be a lengthy video and we got to get this thing started. Alright, so you've made that decision. You want to become a truck driver. Alright, so we're going to make this video. It's going to be kind of short. I don't like to make them too long. I want to keep your attention and give you guys all the information that you need, and it's going to be based on my experiences. Alright, so take it with a grain of salt, and I'll try to give you the best content that I can based on my experiences, and you do with it what you will. Alright, so let's talk about CDL school real quick. So CDL school, you can pay for it about 3 or 4 different ways. Okay, you can go get a loan. I don't recommend that route. There's better ways to do it, but you can do that. It's an option. If you're a veteran, you can use your GI Bill to pay for your CDL school. That's what I did. You can also go down to your local workforce agency and you can apply for a grant. There are grants out there that will pay for that. There's a couple of guys in my class that got their school paid for that way. And then probably the easiest and one of the better ways to do it if you're not a veteran is a lot of these bigger companies out here will pay for your CDL school in order for you to drive for them, as long as you're willing to sign a agreement or a contract basically saying that you will drive for that company for a certain period of time. And that seems to be what's kind of the norm these days. After talking to a lot of my friends that are truckers, a lot of them went that route. So those are some ways to pay for your CDL school. Now, for the CDL school itself, you need to do some research. There are tons of CDL schools that you can choose from. I think the best way to find a CDL school, or at least a good place to start, is go on Google and type in CDL school and see what's in your local area. Look at the reviews, look what people are writing about those CDL schools, and make your best judgment. Once you find that CDL school that you want to go to, you can expect that CDL school normally to last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is about the normal amount of time it takes for you to go through, get the basic knowledge of trucking, and get the basic training that you're going to need in order for you to get your CDL and go out with a trainer with your respectable company and get the extended amount of training that you really need in order to become a entry-level truck driver and get out there on the roads to start making the revenue and money that you are planning on making. Okay, like I said, CDL school about 2 to 3 weeks. All right, let me say this: the best thing you could probably do in the beginning to get yourself prepared is go on Google and type in CDL prep test. Find yourself a free CDL prep test and study it. Basically what it is, it's questions and answers that are going to be some of the same question and answers that will be on the CDL test that you will take at the DMV. Alright, you just need to read it and try to memorize as much of it and understand as much of it as you can before you get to your CDL school. The first week of CDL school is pretty much what it's going to be. It's going to be CDL prepping for the prep test and basic knowledge out of the book of things that you need to know as a truck driver. Okay, you will fill out a pre-hire package. At least that's what I did at my school. And the information that you put on that application, your CDL school should be able to get you pre-hired with some of the bigger companies out there. So that way at the end of the school, you've got a list of companies you're pre-hired with, and you just have to fill out the full application in order to go through the process of getting hired on with one of those companies. You can expect towards the end of that first week to start doing some hands-on training. Okay, you're going to learn how to do a pre-trip inspection and a post-trip inspection. It's a very thorough inspection of your tractor and trailer that you need to do every single day before and after you end your trip, to make sure that your equipment is in proper working order and it's safe and legal according to the DOT regulations. So you'll do that. You're going to do a lot of backing up your truck and your trailer. It's something you do out here every single day, and you got to become proficient at it and comfortable with it. And when you're getting parked at some of these shippers and customers you're going to go to, sometimes it's some pretty tight parking, so you got to get pretty proficient at that and feel comfortable with that before you leave the CDL school. Plus you're going to get tested on it. Okay, you're going to do some alley docking. If you don't know what that is, go check it out on YouTube, go Google it, and watch the videos, as well as parallel parking. Alright. You also will go out and do a road test and some road training with your trainer at the CDL school. Become familiar, work on shifting, working on double clutching, and things of that nature. All those things you can go on YouTube and find videos. There's a lot of really great content out there. You just have to go and look for it, okay? There's also a lot of great content on these two specific Facebook pages that I highly recommend you go and you join and you subscribe to, and that's the YTTA network. There are a lot of YouTube truckers on that page. Some of the main founders: LaShawn Parks, Trucker Brown, the Wright brother, Woody's Dronography, the Shadow Wolf. For you ladies out there, you have Sugar Ray Williams, and there's some other YouTube truckers that I don't know if they're on the YTTA network, but you have Chase and Andrew Jackson. He's a great young up-and-coming truck driver. Has a lot of great content on his YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to all of those truck drivers. It's very good information. It can help you out tremendously. Okay, but getting all that knowledge while you're in it and watching those videos, it's going to help you out more than you know. Okay, after you get done with that second week, going into your third week, by that time you should have a general idea who you can work for. You're going to start putting in your applications, and you're going to pick out a company that you want to work for. Okay, once you make the decision on the company that you want to work for, you will go ahead and you'll get an orientation date, and you're going to get out there and you're going to attend the orientation, which is about 3 to 5 days, and you do get paid for that while you go there. And it's not a whole lot, somewhere between $200 and $500, but it's something. Okay, they pay for your travel arrangements to get there. They should pay for your breakfast and lunch. I think I had to pay for my own dinner. I think that's pretty standard. And they pay for your lodging, so you can expect that. After you get to orientation, one of the things you need to be prepared for, you're going to take a drug test. Know that. That's going to happen, so make sure you're clean, okay? Make sure you got all your paperwork in order when you get there. You need to have, if you got a wife and kids or husband and kids, make sure you have their birth certificates, social security numbers, and all their information so you can add them on to, insurance and things like that. Bring you a voided check for a direct deposit. You make sure you can get paid. That's what I mean. That's why you're doing it. You want to get that cash money, so make sure you bring the stuff to get paid. All right. You need to make sure that they're going to give you a checklist, but you need to make sure you bring some clothes, your toiletry items, possibly a sleeping bag and a pillow, because you more than likely will go straight from orientation onto a trainer's truck, and you're going to be out with that trainer anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 6 weeks, just depending on how you progress in your training and whether or not your trainer feels comfortable sending you back to get your own truck. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. I could take this video on for another 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll probably make a more detailed video. But if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop it down into the comment box, and I'll make sure that I answer each and every one of your questions, okay? That's why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to help out other truckers who want to get in this industry. It's a great career. There is plenty of money to be made out here, and I'm going to have another video out about that, because I don't want to misconstrue any of you. I mean, you can make a lot of money coming into it as a rookie driver. You know, what you think is a lot of money and what I think is a lot of money could be totally different. But starting off, you know, I'll get into what you should expect to be making, and you can be the judge of whether or not that's enough for you. But it's not a job, it's not a career. In my opinion, it's a lifestyle, and you have to make sure that you are, you know, set up and ready to take this jump into this career, because it's not for everybody. All right, but like I said, if you guys have any comments, please put them down in the box. Please subscribe to my page, share it for me, and if you liked the content that I put out, please like it. All right, I appreciate you guys watching my video, and like I said, I will have more videos coming out here pretty soon, and I hope you guys have a great night. Big Town Trucker signing out.